Good evening, Swirly Nation, and welcome back to Mentor, Ohio. For this evening's matchup, the second of the day between the Windy City Storm and your Pittsburgh Penguins Elite. We're going to step aside for 1 second here on the audio. Going to give it a test here. We're going to figure it out. All right. Oh, still got it. Let me go to number 2, maybe. All right, your starting lineups here for game number 2. Looks like a bit of a lineup change for the Penguins. We were warned this may happen. In net for the Penguins, number 29, Preston Clutter. On defense, 34, Rylan Ofteride. And number 90, Tino Villela. Up front for the Penguins, the right wing, number 11, Jack Reel. The left wing, number 6, Brody Carter. And at center, number 43, Cameron Evans. The opening draw forced into the Mentor, holy heavens, it's already starting, into the Windy City zone. Bouncing puck comes off of Carter, controlled by Villela at center. Will battle and dig along the boards. Evans in a bit of a support position here, able to get control, tapping it to Carter. Carter will dump it in. Evans and Carter on the forecheck. Evans wins the race to the puck, gets it to Carter. Carter centers for Reel. It'll end up behind the net. A centering feed once, twice. Trying to get it in front of Brody Carter. Can't. The clearing attempt comes off of his stick, and it'll be carried out through the neutral zone into the Penguins' end, where it's defended well by Villela to the corner. Picked up big 97, barreling across the top of the zone. Carter with the pressure. A centering pass off of Villela back to the corner. The Windy City team got a bit of a line change as Evans dislodges the puck. He'll get control. He'll scoot around the defender right into the official. He did not make much of an attempt to avoid Cameron there. As a bouncing puck, it's off of the Windy City bench. I think we had the audio issue figured out. So the audio issue figured out. We're about a minute in here. For an offensive zone draw, it'll be Paris, Armstrong, and Filiaggi on the right wing. So it looks like the next line will be Hartman, Shub, and Wu. As knocking it away from Kavinsky's Windy City. It'll be battled for in behind for Starr. Starr trying to rim it around a bit of an angle here. Let me see if I can change. Those Windy City battles in the Penguins' end. Right wing side, near side on your screen. I feel like I'm going to be right in front of you, Nick. When Penguins force it all the way into the Windy City end, and they'll get line changes. Merlot and Julius out together right now on the back end. Hartman, Shuby, and Wu up front. Cross-ice pass for Shub. Tapped into the offensive end. In on the forecheck is Wu. Wu had a great game in game number 1. They battle in the corner, and away with it comes Windy City. A pass avoids the stick of the Windy City forward. It goes down for icing. And we'll go back to the other end. We want to bring in special guest color commentator to the Cine Oven. It's Yinzy from Blawnox. Yinzy, a Pittsburgh original, joining us here in the booth. Hey there, Jerome. That's right, it's Yinzy from Blawnox here in the Cine TV Oven. What a fun time. Big Penguin fan here, super hockey fan, excited to be here with yins guys. As it looks like, that's an old Tripperoni down there in the corner, and Windy City's going to go to the penalty kill. Penguins with the man advantage coming up. Oh, Yinzy getting right in the action here. We do get a tripping call on Windy City. And the Penguins will deploy a power play man advantage with 12:33 to play in period number 1. Looks like Bobby Starr throws 2 minutes on the box, looking for an extra 30 seconds here. Probably not going to get it. They'll switch over to the other side. The referees have yet to catch it. Brian Carter waving, getting the referee's attention. Hey, Jerome, isn't it great to be up here outside Cleveland, down the street there from them Cleve Brownies? Brownies right down the road, not nearly as good as our Stillers, but down there on the lake. Looks like they're going to tell him he can get out a little early because he can't figure out the clock over there in the box. You got Jerry Real working the Simbin clock, and he got 2 minutes up there. He's hoping Jack can get one here on the power play with the extra 30 seconds. Looks like Wu gets waved out of the faceoff dot. It'll be Shub to step in, flanked by Hartman. Merlot and Julius at the point. It's banked off the boards all the way down. It's icing if it's far enough. Clutter indicates that it may be, and it is. We'll come back to the other end. That took 6 seconds off for Windy City. Penalty to 14 was a tripping call. Penguins will look to set the power play up here again. Wu to lean over the dot, far side circle. Won by Windy City. It's rimmed around. Merlot keeps it along the half wall. Up to Hartman at the point. Trying for Wu. It's off a skate out to Merlot. The Penguins will reset. Here's Julius driving the right side. Wu, a step in on the offside play, and the Penguins will get a line change. I believe 1:08 left here on the man advantage. Windy City going left to right on your TV screen. Wearing purple for this one. The purple people eaters out there. Looking like a Minnesota Vikings a bit. Yep, Yinzy looking like Minnesota as Jack Real weaves into the offensive zone. He'll leave it for Evans. Actually, Jack just swiped it away from 43. It'll be Villela controlling down low for Evans. Real taps his stick. He'll get the pass and hit Ofterhide up top. Ofterhide looking for Evans on the backside. It comes off of a Windy City player. Evans will battle, get control to Real. Real right back to Evans. Evans will rim it around to Villela. Man advantage here. It says 1:08, but we think there's 38 as he'll feed it in front. He was trying, I think, for Brody Carter. Villela will end up back with it. Ofterhide quarterbacking at the center point. Down low for Real, just past his stick. Evans will cut in, get control. Now Real weaving into the middle. He is looking like he's on 28, avoiding them parking cones going to the middle there. As Ofterhide gets control, snaps it for Real. Bouncing puck controlled by Villela, and it'll be another offside play. 42 seconds on the clock, but I think 12 on the power play as we hit the 11:15 mark here in the first. A 0-0 tie as the Pins get used to their new line mates. It'll be the Paris Filiaggi Armstrong line. Paris set to take the draw. Swipes it back to Kaminsky. D to D with Star. Look, and fire one all the way in. Puck in behind for Paris to track. He tries to swipe it away. Filiaggi will get there. Swipe to the area behind for Paris. Stepping out in front. Shooting one that comes off of a stick and wide. And it looks like the Pens are going to get a penalty here. 20 Armstrong. Either a whack or a hook down in the corner. Probably tough to see on the TV screen there. As Windy City weaves through into the Penguin zone. Firing one down low on Clutter. Swiping at the rebound. Able to kick 1, 2, and all 3 out. And we get a whistle. It's going to be a hook on 20 Armstrong. And he'll head to the box for 1.5 minutes. D-zone draw coming here. It looks like Filiaggi and Parrish will stay out with Starr and Kaminsky. Face off won by Filiaggi. They'll battle. It'll end up in the corner for Kaminsky. Over for Starr. Starr back for Kaminsky. He goes heavy off the boards. Nice clear. And it catches an edge and starts rolling, or else I don't think that would get there for icing. That was a good clear up high off the glass. It's going to end up coming the whole way back. We've got 1:15 left of power play time for Windy City. Windy City jumped out to a lead in the first game. Penguins came storming back, playing that little bit of catch-up. They led 1-0. I think they led 2-1, 3-2, 4-3 before the Penguins potted 3 goals in the last minute and a half of the second period to take control of the game and end up with a 7-4 victory over Windy City. Penguins actually had a 2-1 lead, apparently, and the Storm busted it out for a 3-2 advantage. We get word from the truck parked out front of the Mentor Civic Center here in Mentor, Ohio, across the street from the big football stadium as Windy City goes offsides. We didn't have to steal a satellite dish this time. We actually have one now that just kind of pops out through the back of the truck. So the nearby football stadium's safe from Nick Parrish scaling its fences. As Wu battles off the draw. Taps it past the defender. Can he catch up to it? He's able to chip it again. A second time get there. Swiping it towards the middle as Wu gets in on the forecheck. Windy City will carry behind the net for some protection. They'll go to the outside here. Short-handed Penguins force the dump and chase. It'll be Merlot getting there first. Around for Wu. He's able to wedge it all the way out. Deflected by a Windy City defender, so no icing as we wind inside of 15 seconds left on the Windy City man advantage. They bring it back up through center. Winding, firing, Clutter kicks it to the outside. Hartman gets there now. Merlot hits that's Schub. Hits him with a puck, and Wu twists with it. Penalty over. Hartman joins as Wu drives the left side. In, power move, shooting down low to come off the goaltender and in. Wu. Serious Austin Wu having a great day as he's able to pot the first goal for the Penguins in this one and give the Penguins a 1-0 lead. They'll stay out. Wu and Schub, a latter part of that penalty kill, joined by Hartman for the rest of this shift. It'll be Villela, cross-ice feed to Schub. He'll wind and fire. He had a big goal earlier, a couple big assists. I think he had 2 and 2 in the last one, as it's centered in front by Hartman just under Schuby's stick. There's Villela at the point, back in front. Wu shoots one down low, that misses the cage. Penguins applying the pressure here. Just gonna feel a little bit of pressure there, Chicago. As Wu battles along the wall, out in front looking for Schub. It'll come off his stick right to Ofterheide with speed down the right side. He'll fire it across looking for Wu. Bouncing puck, swipe that in. Cleared by Windy City. Ofterheide turns with it at center. Arm raised. Windy City will get there. We're going to get a hook. Oh, a hold. Holding Ofterheide as he twisted and turned. And with 8:04 to play, the Penguins will head back to the Seven Fields Wealth Management power play. It'll be Evans, Carter, Reel, Starr, and Kaminsky. Back for Kaminsky. Up for Reel. Down low for Evans. They pass it around. It comes free for a shot from Carter that just misses. Carter right in after it. His pressure forces the turnover to Starzy. Starzy will control. Quarterbacking from the center point. He'll look for Carter. Carter's looking for Evans in front just behind him. Now Starr with it. Down low for Evans. He loses control and Windy City's back out. Evans chasing from behind. He'll pull up. Winding, firing, and beating Clutter to the 5-hole. As the Penguins worked it down the boards, Evans had it taken away on the half wall. He had switched with the defenseman, so no one was back at the point there, it looked like. And it was a bit of a break. Evans chasing down, but unable to, as the player stopped up, I think he shot it kind of between Cameron and trickily squeezes it underneath Clutter to tie the game at 1. Gotta get instant replay up here. No, he's missing something. I kept turning around looking for it. It'll be Paris on the faceoff. Tapped over for Julius. Up the boards and dumped in. In behind, battling there, Windy City. Able to free it up for a swiping shot by Paris that's kicked aside. Armstrong with the pressure, Windy City with the ice. It'll come all the way back into the Windy City zone. Paris, Armstrong, Filiaggi. Paris will lean over the dot. Face-off controlled by Filiaggi. Swipe right back to Merlot. Penguins still with a man advantage for 30 seconds. Trying to get that shorty back. Merlot down low for Filiaggi. Taps it right back to Merlot. He goes to the middle. Off of Paris. Comes free. Filiaggi will rifle one that just misses the cage. Merlot, quick on the reaction there. Able to keep it into Julius. He'll go down low to Armstrong, who twists and turns in the corner. Looking to go back up for Julius off the glove of a Windy City player, but kept in. Paris in support. Battling. Pulling it out of there, Julius. Over for Armstrong. Penalty over as it works its way in front. A shot by Paris, kicked away. Up to the point for Merlot. It's tapped past him, and Windy City finds the Penguin zone. Twisting and turning in. There's Julius to get it. Twisted up on the play as two bodies come together. The Windy City player looks injured. Shot comes in. Penguins control, and we're going to get a whistle. Physical play in the corner. Looks like the two players got twisted up. He's up and okay. Julius and 84 for Windy City going in. He went in kind of awkwardly as Windy City regains another coach as he scurries across the ice. Must have gotten caught up down there at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It'll be Wu, Hartman, and Shube with Villela and Ofterhide for the Penguins. We're knocking a Windy City forward. City at center. City into the Penguin zone where the puck was there. A bit of a rolling biscuit. It'll come to Ofterhide. He'll go to Shube. Shube initiates a bit of a reverse contact there. The Penguins on the forward. Over to Wu for a chance. He defends. Shot into that glove side. Kind of knuckle. Penguins look like they were down south side to Smile and Moose on that play. By the Penguins. It's Rim that's there first. He'll to the corner. 3 Penguins in after it. Real will dislodge the puck. Carter to it on the half wall. Down low Penguins. His sticking wide. They catch it down low and it comes free to Merlot, whose shot's just wide of the cage. There's Real off of a body. Bouncing puck to Evans. And he finds the top corner. By his house there. Windy City controls the faceoff. They're in on what should be an offside play that's picked off by Paris. Paris and Filiaggi. Filiaggi darting to the middle. He'll have a one-on-one move. He attacks the Paris. Now arms and finally control. Nonetheless, by one Mr. Brian Carter, who is on game number 11, I believe, in the last 24 hours. I believe Nolan is the second one of those. As Villela and icing. So short-handed for Windy City, but they'll get an offensive zone draw. And gathered by Starr into Paris, who Armstrong sends it out the center. Bouncing puck picked up by Windy off the boards behind. As Windy City Hartman has it roll off of his stick. He'll gather it back in. He finds Shube. Shube deflects it all the way in, and Wu gets on the forecheck. Just under 2 minutes to play here in the second. Latter part of Green on that one as Windy City comes out. In on the onside play, carried to the right wing corner and rimmed around behind. Shuby using the body to separate the puck. It'll pop to Merlot. Merlot up for Woo. Woo was back into the offensive end. Windy City comes out. Windy City ends up with control off the glove of Clutter. Bouncing puck controlled by Carter. All in the corner. Looking to go heavy. A horn. You can't hear it because... Game. Evans bouncing puck will be Cutter. Off now he's on the right side. Perhaps out of the Penguin zone for it. Paris leans over the dot. Face off. Battled for. Nobody quite gets control. Filiaggi will. That's a form tackle, bud. Leaning over the Windy City, one of their two. And Star's going to get it. And then we'll play. So 13. It'll be Filiaggi at the dot. In behind by Windy City. Will come back out to center. Up. Merlot into the right wing side. Diving in, jointed play. Up to the point, not out. That F3 for Windy City up top. Gets control. They're able to force it into the Penguins' end. Behind the net's Julius. Big man. And the next 10 seconds, second period, Lela, it'll be dumped in. Ofterhide, the first one there. He goes high off the glass. Weird bounce off the stanchion. Comes right to a Windy City forward who fires one. It's blocked. Second shot comes in on Clutter. He's able to get it underneath the pillows. And the gold near flying out on the ice as a puck comes in centered. Blocked by Villela. Second shot up into the chest and cradled by 29. Clutter will get another whistle, and the Penguins will line up at 5-on-5 full strength here. Woo on the faceoff. Ofterhide behind for Villela. They'll play catch. Ofterhide will have it bounce up the wall, trying to wedge it further for Shub. He'll regroup and control. Penguin defenseman goes heavy off the glass, up high, but kept in at the point. Battling along the wall is Shub. Puck comes free. Center point for a hefty shot off of Clutter. He's able to get the mitt down on top as the puck dropped in front and get another whistle. Penguins will look to change units here. 5 fresh, flightless birds take the ice. Evans, Reel, Carter, Starr, and Kaminsky. Evans wins the draw to Kaminsky. He'll carry it behind the net. Looks to the outside. He'll come off the boot of Starr as he weaves into the offensive zone. He'll find Evans. Bouncing puck. He's able to settle it down and cut across the top of the zone. Leaving it up high. Starr now, Kaminsky will get there. Off the wall for Reel. Between the legs of Evans. He'll get to the puck first and tap it to Carter. Carter. Near side corner, battling there. Won by Windy City, sent up the wall, cut off by Reel, but taken back. Carter there with the pressure as Windy City weaves in. Left high to the point, D to D play. Lots of room on this side as they'll wind, they'll fire, and it'll beat Clutter near side blocker. And Windy City with 11:11 to play. Able to squeak one by short side. And they're back out in front. Penguins tapping up their goaltender, lifting him up a bit. And they'll reset at center. Here's Paris to take the face-off. Wedged forward by Filiaggi, gaining the zone, wristing one just wide of the blocker side. Paris the first one there. Battling puck. Wedged by Filiaggi. He'll get it all the way back to the point. Shot from the point. Skips in. Kicked away. Tracking it Armstrong. It comes off the skate of Merlot, but it'll gather in Julius. Julius in his own end. Goes off the wall. That's picked off. They'll drive into the offensive zone for Paris. Paris gets control. Able to tap it to Filiaggi. He's weaving through center. Controlling to the outside. Stopping. Pulling up. Under pressure. Has it forced further. Centering feed. Comes out. Paris off the glove. That was a feed from Armstrong out of the corner. As Windy City weaves in. Onside play. Potential 2-on-1. They'll feed it across. There's Merlot. Coming heftily back in. Able to break the play up. Paris' outlet pass comes off Filiaggi's skate, but right to his stick. He's got Armstrong on the outside. He'll weave to the middle, has it knocked away. Up the left wing side, there's Ofterhide. Twisting through, sending one in front. That's picked off and cleared. I think that's Villela. Off of Shuby's stick. As Shuby's in on the pressure. Penguins get most of a line change. Looks like they're getting the rest of them off now. Here's Ofterhide in his own end, 9:40 to go. Nice reversal for Villela. To the outside for Shub. He kind of banks it off the boards awkwardly in front of the Windy City bench, and they're right back into the Penguins' end, driving to the middle, leaving one, twisting in front. Couldn't quite get a shot off as they crash in. Puck comes through, twisted out. It comes off of Clutter, controlled by Wu. Wu all the way across to Hartman. Hartman for Shub. Bouncing puck between the legs of the defenseman. Shub will chase it into the corner. Working in that corner before it's taken and cleared up by Windy City. It's all the way down for Starr. He gets to it before the line, so no icing. It'll come up for Shub. Off Shub's stick, and they'll battle at center ice, controlled by Windy City. Starr gets there, looking for Shub again. It bounces past him to the corner. Puck pressure by Wu. Off the wall, controlled by Windy City. Shub with the pressure. Puck batting around. 3-on-1 there. Windy City players on Shub. As he controls, you got two Penguins waiting and wait. It comes free to Wu. He fires it right back into the mess there. And now Windy City comes away with it. Driving the outside, defended by Starr. Back to the point. Reel on the ice with the pressure. Able to be picked off by Shub, and he springs Jack Reel. Jack Reel in, and he fires one into the top corner. Carter Shub winning a battle, chipping the puck up. Jack Reel was the only player able to get on in that line change. And when I dip, you dip, we dip. The Penguins tie the game at 3. Jack Reel off the swipe by Carter Shub. Able to get free on the breakaway. And if there's one person, if you're Windy City, you do not want blazing down the ice with nobody in front of him, it's probably the real deal, Jack Reel. It'll be a center ice face-off. And we get a goalie change. Or maybe just full goalie change here, it looks like. Looks like potentially an equipment problem for the Windy City goaltender. So Evans will lean over the dot at center. Carter ties up his winger, and Evans swipes over to get it. He'll dump it in, reel in on the forecheck. Evans there to play takeaway. It'll roll off of his stick, and back comes Windy City, crashing up through center. As he weaves to the outside, we get an offside play. At the Penguin line, so the faceoff will come out to neutral ice. Evans wins the draw. Julius jumping right in the play, able to get there and dump it in. On the forecheck comes Evans. Wedged away from him. Carter able to get there, frees it up, spinning with the puck, Evans. He'll go to the corner. Working it further for Reel. Reel. As it's popped up the wall, Merlot gets there, keeps it in. Tries to cut to the outside. It's knocked away, and back comes Windy City. Julius there to take it at center. They'll dump it into the Windy City zone. Evans on the forecheck, able to dislodge the puck as the Penguins change behind the play. Evans will stay out there disrupting. He and Reel still on the ice. Armstrong was able to get off. Or Armstrong was able to get on. Carter able to get off. Now Evans off for Paris. Reel still out there. He jumped out. He was able to get out quick, and he tons of stamina. He takes a stick to the face. Knocked down on the play. Paris dislodges the puck. Armstrong decked at center as Windy City carries it in. Armstrong's going to head off. Windy City controls down low. Puck comes in front. Nobody in there. Nobody in front of the net is Windy City with a 10 bells chance and a highway robbery by Clutter. Hartman able to get control. Jack Reel able to get a change. It's at center for Villela. Picked up by Windy City and carried in. They'll weave to the inside. Now outside, 2-on-1 develops as they roof one in up on Clutter. And on the backhand, Windy City's going to jump back out to a 4-3 lead. Able to win a battle there at the blue line. Drive in, create a 2-on-1. The backside feed finds the backhander. What do you think of that one, Yinzy? I think them there Penguins, they better red up in front there. Got red up inside the zone. Like when you got your clothes all over the floor, down there, your mom says, go up there, red up your room. Got red up the front of that net. So there's advice from Yinzy. Red up in front, boys. Puck banked off the wall by Windy City into the Penguins' end. Kaminski sent flying to the ice. Star will get to it. Rimmed around off a Windy City player. Star able to lift a stick, win another battle. It'll be Filiaggi firing it all the way across. Here's Hartman tracking it down. All the way to the half wall in the offensive zone. Paris comes in. Hartman's crashed to the ice. And Windy City able to knock it away. We are going to get a penalty, it looks like, a roughing. And they did. Hartman got knocked down about 4 times on the play. Windy City's player is in disagreement at the moment. If he's going to win that battle, you better call Saul. Penguins will head to the man advantage. Now this man advantage, again, it looks like Penguins are without Armstrong, who left shaken up. So the power play is Wu, Carter, Shub. Here's Wu down low, up top for Merlot. Outside off the wall for Julius. Julius will battle in the corner. It'll work free to the area behind the net. Puck pressure by Wu and Carter. Now Shub on it. The Carter twins back together. Brody Carter and Carter Shub. As it's banked heavily off the boards, Merlot will get to it in the Penguins' end. Under immediate pressure. That pressure forces a turnover. Windy City short-handed here. As the Penguins are able to clear the zone, it's Shub carrying it in. Leaving for Wu. Got Carter just knocked away from him at the last second as Shub will get to it. Up to the point for Ofterhide, just outside of the zone. Wu with it. He'll wind up. Carrying wide. Trying to get to the middle. It's knocked free off of his stick, and Windy City gets control. They'll fire it up the wall. Ofterhide keeping it in. Now Wu at the blue line, able to pop it further, but it comes all the way out the center where Hartman dumps it in on an offside play. Reel. Hartman and Evans. Ofterhide and Villela. Swipe that by Evans. Controlled, though, by Windy City. It'll be wedged in. 10 seconds left with the man advantage as Reel gets to it. In the corner. In front for Hartman. Bounces once off of his stick. Second one comes in. Kicked away. Windy City gets a player out. And they've got way too many men on the ice. They pulled a guy from the bench to the ice. They pulled a guy from the penalty box to the ice, and they tried to get a 2-on-0. They had a guy out on the ice before the penalty had expired. And now they're going to head right back to the penalty box. And the face-off will be in the Windy City zone. Penguins Evans will take the draw. Popping it forward, trying for Hartman, picked up by Windy City, but kept at the line by Villela. It'll be Evans along the half wall, all the way across for Ofterhide. He goes to Reel. Reel on the wall, controlling, looking, up top for Ofterhide. Ofterhide shot, high and over the net. Hartman will get there. Out to Reel, back to Hartman. Hartman and Reel play catch in the corner. Reel will come off the half wall, in front for Evans, decked in front, Hartman, and the shot is into the paraphernalia and held. Minute 4 left on the too many men call here on Windy City. That was hilarious. They tried to get a guy off the bench and out of the box together to have a 2-on-0. Face off for Evans. Tied up, but right in to get it is Hartman. Back for Ofterhide. He'll dance along the top. Come all the way across. Evans taps it to Reel. Winding, looking. He'll try to force it towards the net. It comes off of a stick. Chopped that by Reel. Bouncing puck will be controlled by Villela. Villela goes down the wall to the corner. Hartman peels off that wall right out in front. His sneaky shot's going to beat him to the glove hand side. And Dylan Hartman has given the Penguins the lead on the power play. And what do you think, Miss Fuzzy Britches? Oh, I'm sorry. The Penguins tie the game. The Windy City had the lead. When I'm out of the crowd, I feel disjointed. Star gets it and forces it into the Windy City end. We're at 3 minutes to play here. This is where the Penguins really turned it on last time. They were able to snag 3 goals in about a minute and 20 seconds. One of them on a power play, just like that one at the end of the second. Battle in front of the Windy City bench is won by Windy City. They seem to be winning a lot of these battles. They're a heavy physical team. They'll give you a shot after you make the play. You just got to keep working through it as Star gets to it. Armstrong, lucky, good to see him back on the ice. After taking that shot earlier, Star peels it out. Up for Armstrong. Just off of his stick into the offensive zone where Filiaggi will forecheck. To the outside, puck controlled by Windy City. Popped back up into the Penguins' end. Carried in onside. Twisting with it at the line. Able to avoid the check of Filiaggi. Down falls a Windy City player in the corner. And it's forced back out to center by the Pens. Gathered in by Windy City and carried behind the net. Armstrong in on the forecheck. Bit of a lacrosse-style whack there from Armstrong as Wu gets control. He'll fire it off the helmet of a Windy City player. Armstrong, first one to it. Centering pass. Looking for Shub. It'll come off the goaltender. Wu picks it up behind. Penguins in business. Wu peels off. Hits iron. And a whistle blows with the net off, I believe. Yep, net off of its peg. So the whistle will sound. A minute 29 to play. Period number 2. This one tied at a pair. Wu, Shub, Carter, Merlot, and Julius. It'll be Shuby. Back for Merlot. Stops and starts at the line, creates some space, gets it down low to Wu. Wu driving off that wall with a power move. Forced into the corner, but Carter there to pressure. Looks like the Penguins have changed lines again. It looks like Carter's going to be out with Wu and Shub. Hartman moves to the Evans Reel line. Puck forced deeper. Rimmed around and back out. Merlot able to get a stick to it. But Windy City gets control and just misses a lead pass there. As Julius able to dislodge the puck. Wu loses it in front. It comes off a Penguin defender, off of Clutter, and just stays out with 44 left on the clock. Windy City almost got the go-ahead at the end of the second. Penguins did so in the last game as that puck goes up into the Windy City bench. We'll get a whistle and a face-off in the neutral zone. So a bit more line shuffling here for the Penguins after the Armstrong injury. It looks like they changed a couple things up. It'll be another Windy City coach arrives. Oh, no, maybe a parent to work the box. They were less than thrilled, I guess, with Brian Carter's duties in the sin bin. It'll be rimmed around by Villela. Ofterhide. Up the wall. Reel. Run into as it's forced out the center. Hartman will get there. Able to pressure. That pressure forces a turnover. Here's Evans driving in. Gets it. Shot down low. Rebound battled for it in front. And we're going to have, it looks like a goal and a mauling. '19 was just hammering away in front on Dylan Hartman, just raining punches down. And a hold? Hold is being called. Maybe 2 penalties being called. Yes, 2 penalties being called. Rightfully so. Hartman got tackled in front and then had multiple punches. And a 10-minute misconduct. So somebody's going to have to serve some minutes here. Looks like Dylan might be, would he be potentially, they want him evaluated for something? I don't know. Referees might just be trying to calm some things down here. So it looks like we're getting at least a 10-minute miss. We're getting, it looks like 2 minors. Looks like a hold, maybe a rough. Looks like potentially a 10-minute misconduct on 19, which I think is a good call. The referee's explaining things. The Penguins will take the ice. So the Windy City will have to put another player in to serve the other minute and a half here. There he goes. So a bit of a crowded penalty box there for the Purple People Eaters. 12.3 to play here in the second period. This is when the Penguins broke things open last time. Now they've got a 5-on-3. Looks like it'll be Reel, Filiaggi, and Evans. Reel centering here. Villela and Ofterhide. Still, the referee is still at the Windy City bench explaining things. Five-on-3 power play for the Penguins for 90 seconds. Reel on the draw. Won by Windy City. Forced up the wall and just past Villela. That might do it for the period. As Ofterhide gets to the puck and twists with it in his own end. That'll end the second. And we'll head to the third with an evened up 4-4 game. We're going to head to an intermission here. And we'll bring you back for third period action from Mentor, Ohio. Welcome back. Third period action. Penguins on a 5-on-3 man advantage. Ofterhide, Villela, Filiaggi, Evans, and Reel. Filiaggi with it. He'll control and gain the zone on sides. Looking to set things up here with 1:06 to go with the advantage. Over to Ofterhide. Back to Filiaggi. Cross ice for Evans. Evans back to Ofterhide. Down low for Filiaggi. Reel swooping around in front with Villela. It'll be Filiaggi driving down, firing one that's blocked. It'll be kept by Ofterhide. Ofterhide across. Evans gets control. Has it tipped away, but he'll get back to it. Evans, saucy for Filiaggi. Filiaggi back to Evans. Evans looking for Reel. He went off Villela right to Reel. He pushed it just wide. Evans back to it. Down low to Reel. Reel behind the net for Filiaggi. His shot sent off the side of the cage. Beautiful tic-tac-toe passing there as Filiaggi gets control to Ofterhide. Ofterhide back to Filiaggi. Filiaggi back in front. Villela once, twice. Reel with one. He's hammered in front. It takes an extra shot, and they're going to raise the arm. Good. They need to keep doing it. Ofterhide gets control. He'll shoot. Down low. Rebound in front. And it's whistled, and we're going to get another penalty, a cross-checking call on Windy City, and the Penguins will stay on the power play with 13:42 to go in the third. Game tied at 4. An update also, 19 has been given a game misconduct. He was escorted off the ice by the officials for the shots to the head of Hartman in the second period. So he was escorted off. With that, though, confirming with the USA Hockey rule book, he should have been given a major penalty. In USA Hockey, if you get a game misconduct, it is an automatic major penalty. So the Penguins should have had a 4-minute major there. So the referee's unaware of that. They do send the match penalty, which sends him off, and 19 should be suspended for the game tomorrow as they play either Bell Tire or the Cleveland Barons. Wu gets to it, swipes it back, but Starr just over at center ice, unable to get control, so he'll gather it in, and the Penguins will drive. It's Carter, left wing side. Pulling up, stopping and starting. Nice play there. Will work it lower for Paris. Paris up to Starr at the point. Winding, firing, down low. Puck bouncing around in front. It'll still loose. Kicking around. Can the Penguins get it in? They do! The Penguins score a goal! I clearly saw it in the net. Clearly, the puck was in the net, and they are going to say no goal. So Windy City getting a break here. No goal. The puck clearly in the net from this angle. I could see it in what would be the left side of the net. Clearly in the white. But the referee was unable to see it get through. The goalie fell back on top of it, scooted himself out of the cage. And so the referee never saw the puck actually in the net. No goal to call. Penguins will continue with the man advantage as Paris shoots one blocker side. It'll be Carter to it. Able to leave it for Paris. Paris centering pass. He was trying to hit Kaminsky, crashing in the backside. Broken up by Windy City and wedged down the wall. It'll be the Penguins' Carter on the forecheck. Bouncing puck picked up by Wu out in front for Paris. They'll battle. Paris once, twice, both blocked. Wu gets to it. He sends it up to the point. Kaminsky able to keep it in, but lost the twig. Carter able to get control at center ice, playing it back to Starr. Man advantage is about to expire. Penguins drive in Wu. Here's Starzy with it. Twisting and turning. Chopped up. Wu has to go off of his skate. Able to stay with it, though. Armstrong back on it. Tries to flip it by. It's knocked out of the air and sent back into the Penguins' end. Windy City at full strength here. Starr will rim it around. Nobody home on this side. Popped in behind. Hartman back on the ice. It's like Hartman with Schub and Armstrong right now. As it's played up to the point, out to center for Windy City. Just under 11 and a half to play here in the third of a tied up 4-4 game. Exciting hockey here from Ohio. Most exciting thing to happen in Ohio in a long time. as the shot fired in by Shub off the pad and cleared by Windy City. Julius to Ofterhide. Ofterhide up for Armstrong. Armstrong will gain the zone onside. Goes around a fallen twig. Centers one for Shub. Bounces free. Armstrong once, twice. As he was run over at the side of the net. Looks like a Penguin down behind the play. Not sure who that is. That's Armstrong. He was injured early. He's back. Let's see if we can see the replay here. As it came down, fed in front. Armstrong took a heavy hit up high. I saw the player get decked in front. I didn't see Armstrong get crunched in behind. The referees are conferring here. I don't think we're going to get a call. Chris Shub out to help Cruz Armstrong off the ice. Clearly a high hit there. We've seen quite a few of those here today. Looks like it'll be Evans, Reel, and Carter reunited. They were the line to start the game. Penguins a bit of a mash unit right now as Evans chips it back for Reel. Reel in front looking for Carter. Just a nice little feathered pass as Evans will get to the puck in the corner. He'll twist with it. Trying to get to the middle. Leaves it for Carter. Carter along the wall. Back for Evans. Evans. Bodied against the wall. Reel center one. Nobody home. And back comes Windy City. Carter with the back pressure. It's Villela getting control. Up for Evans, who chips it in for Reel. Reel with some space. Merlot or Carter crashing. He'll get it to him. Backhand forehand and a kick save and a beauty. Reel gets to the rebound and fires it off a blocked shot in front. Great play by the defenseman there to block that short side because I think Reel had him. Reel pinned against the boards as they'll battle. In the corner, Windy City able to dislodge the puck. Up for Ofterhide to keep from his knees at the point. Evans goes crashing down. Carter there. It'll come to Evans. Now Carter. Carter weaving in to his backhand. He'll wind. He'll fire. And it's into the breadbasket of the goaltender. So the Penguins with a couple real good scoring chances. 9:54 to go. Third period of action. Faceoff will come to the left of the goaltender of Windy City for Paris. Pressured by Filiaggi. Hartman in on the forecheck. Paris gets over, tries to cut things off. Swiped just not past Star. He's able to keep it twice at the blue line. They'll battle there. It'll be Hartman and Star before it's kicked free to Kaminsky. Kaminsky getting control. He'll go heavily off the boards to Filiaggi. Filiaggi tries to chip it around and get by. Interfered with a bit as Windy City will get control. Sending a Windy City flying to the ice is Paris. Up for Filiaggi. Filiaggi. Pressured from behind. Puck knocked free. Hartman in after it. Puck comes free to Paris. Chopped it out in front. Couldn't get it through. But Star able to get control. Takes a body. Able to fire one towards the net. Kicked out by the goaltender and rimmed around by Windy City. Crashing down the wall comes Hartman. Bouncing puck comes out in front. Windy City able to get control of it and fire it all the way down for icing. So the faceoff will come all the way back. Windy City kind of holding on a bit. Here's the Penguins, 2-3 consecutive shifts of heavy pressure. Wu, Reel, and Shub now. Wu to Shub. Picked off by Windy City. They chop it up to the blue line. Stopped there by the Fine Wine Merlot. He lofts it back in, and Wu gets after it. Jumps in front of the Windy City player. Is driven into the boards and wrestled to the ice. Hartman sticks with it. Both of them are going now. So the hand was up. They were going to call a hold, but now they're going to call them both. So each player getting a penalty on this one. Wu to take a seat. For the Penguins, we'll stay at 5-on-5 action. Looks like it'll be Schub, Reel, and Evans, Julius, and Merlot. For 1:30 with 8:29 to go. So they'll get out just under 7 minutes to play. Bouncing puck swipe to the corner by Windy City. Evans in, able to dislodge it, but Windy City able to get control. I'm sorry, that wasn't Evans, that was Schub. And Schub's, they got another penalty here. I think Schub might be headed off. Windy City gets their goalie off as Clutter covers. A slash the call. Looks like it's Evans, not Schub. So Evans heads off, slashing the call. Tie game with 8:05 to play. So Carter and Parrish out to kill the penalty with Schub and Merlot as the shot comes in off the side of the cage. Trying to swipe it back in front is Windy City. It's underneath the Penguin goaltender Clutter. Penguins get rid of 7 seconds of the 1.5-minute disadvantage. Puck will come out to the point, pressured by Parrish, able to force it out the center. Carter forces it further into the Windy City zone. Windy City gets control. They'll try to drive the outside around Julius. They'll go, but Merlot there to cut him off. Taking control in behind. He'll go off the boards. The bouncing puck will get the whole way out. David Merlot able to make a big play for the Penguins on the PK there. Carter's pressure frees it up for Parrish to slap it further. Gathered in by Windy City, but pressured by Carter. I think the kid tried to take Carter's glove. Like, it's just the little things behind the play for the Windy City team. Carter with the pressure, and the kid grabbed a hold of Carter's hand and wouldn't let go. As they'll battle to the boards. Another penalty here. This one on Julius, and now we get a trip too? A hook coming. Maybe it's on Windy City. It is on Windy City. So the penalty's actually on Windy City for hooking. So with 43 seconds left, we'll play with 28 seconds left. 43's in the box. 28 seconds left on the Penguins penalty. We'll have 28 seconds of 4-on-4 before the Penguins will get a 1:02 power play with 7:02 to play here in the third. Penguins bench being talked to by the official. He's waving his arms demonstratively. Jeff Hannon shakes his head. Penguins will have an offensive zone draw here, 4-on-4. It looks like it'll be Hartman and Filiaggi, Villela and Ofterhide. The 4 Penguins for 28 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey. Filiaggi goes forward, looks in front for Hartman, then just under his stick. Great play there. It'll come to Villela. Ofterhide saucing to Filiaggi. He just couldn't get the puck off. Bouncing puck swiped and gathered in and carried to center. It'll be back to the Penguin line where Villela tries for Filiaggi. They connect. Filiaggi will drive in on the offensive side. Twisting with it in the offensive zone. Will carry behind looking for Villela. Evans out of the sin bin. Penguins to the power play as they'll wedge it behind. 43 with it. He'll go up to Ofterhide at the point and they'll set things up. Back to Evans. Evans winding, firing. Puck bouncing around in front. Pulled free. Swiped at the side of the cage. It's underneath the goaltender and kept out. Good scoring chance at the side of the net there. Evans' shot bounced off the goaltender right in front where Hartman and Filiaggi. The goalie doing a great job holding that post. I thought Filiaggi was going to pull it out and around. He did pull it out, but it was kicked away. Shub down the wall for Paris. Penguins with the man advantage for 35 more seconds as it comes in front for a shot by Shub. Couldn't quite get it free, but Real with the back pressure able to free the puck up. Now Paris to it. Has it knocked away, and out comes Windy City. Windy City will challenge Ofterhide. They'll pop it in behind, picking it up on the other side. Ofterhide forcing it to the outside. It's shot off the side of the cage. Paris deep in the zone, disrupting the Penguins center iceman. 10 seconds left with the man advantage for Pittsburgh. Battled in behind for Ofterhide. Here's Paris with it. Paris will twist it. And the Penguins will get it up to Real. Real will take the heat out of a hot kitchen as he darts across the blue line. With space, he'll carry in. Challenging the defender where it's knocked off of his stick, he'll gather it right back in. Real in the corner. Working with it. Shub comes in, lays the body, frees it up for Paris, who sends it just wide. Shuby in on the forecheck heavily there. Real with the pressure. Shub now loses his stick. And that stick actually ends up in the waist and then knocking the puck free of the Windy City player. Shub will gather it. Nice play to go back to the Penguins defenseman Kaminsky. He's under pressure as he carries it in behind. Wedging it off the wall and up for Evans. Evans with a tap pass. Controlled by Windy City, but gathered back in by Kaminsky. He tries to send it into the scorer's box as the pressure by Carter frees it up for Evans. Stopping, starting, shooting down low and just missing the net. Here's Wu to it. Down deep. It's Carter off the wall, trying to send it in front. That's kicked to the outside. He'll stay right with it. Wu with it. Off the boards, back for Starr. It'll be picked off by Windy City, and they come out. Starr able to disrupt the play with his stick, but it's carried around. Brody Carter now on the back check as it comes deep. They'll fire it off the side of the cage again, trying to go short side on Clutter. And a whistle because the puck is in the water. No, nobody knows. Where's the puck? Nobody. Does anybody? They grab? I think he pulled that one out of his pocket. We may end up with two pucks on the ice here in a second. As Julius able to dig the puck out, he finds Evans. He's got room up the left. He'll gain the zone on sides. Able to work it to the corner. He'll pull up, stopping. Able to get deep for Wu. Wu. Has that taken away, and back comes Windy City through center. Julius defending as they carry to the outside. That shot screams all the way through the net front area. Carter back to pressure. Shot in on Clutter, able to be kicked away. Evans will get to it. He'll carry it up the left again. This time darting to the middle as he dumps it in. No icing the call. Evans will get there. Able to center it for Wu, and he just has his stick lifted at the last second. Real winds, cranks one at the net. Blocked out front. Wu will get there. It's popped up the wall. Villela crashes down to keep it in. Supported well by Real. Real and Villela battle along the half wall. 3 minutes to play here. I think that's Real coming away with it. He'll turn to the net, shooting one, down low, bouncing puck. Evans will fire it off the side or off the goaltender's pad. Filiaggi in to keep it. He sends it deep for Evans. He twists out of the corner. Takes a bump, stays in control, finds Villela. Villela, cross to Ofterheide. Penguins with some real estate here to fire one in. Bouncing puck, picked up by Filiaggi and sent over the net. Evans, first one there. Back for Real. Real unable to get the shot off, and Windy City will ice it all the way down. Penguins will have an attacking zone face-off here. Looks like it'll be, I don't even know who's available for the Penguins at this point in time. Armstrong standing up on the bench. Looks like they've moved Filiaggi maybe back to center. Yeah, Filiaggi to take the draw with Real and Hartman. Controlled by Windy City. They try to weave through. Tossing it in behind. Starr wins that battle and gets it over to Hartman. Filiaggi there to support. Kaminsky, and he'll dislodge the puck and fire it around to Starzy. Starzy possesses, banks it off the boards, and gets it himself. Using the reverse bump there. As he gets it to Hartman. Hartman all the way across for Filiaggi. I thought he had Real. He'll end up coming free to Real. Real with Filiaggi going to the net. He fires down low! And the real deal, Jack Real beating the goaltender through the 5-hole. And he puts the Penguins on top 5-4. And how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He had Filiaggi crashing the net, fired it down low, was able to beat the goaltender, and the Penguins have the lead. Referee blows the whistle on a false face-off as he would like Mr. Schub and the Windy City player to stay out. Of the circle. Barris to take the draw. Controlled by the Storm. At the red line. Banked off of... Oh, go play it. Came off of Julius' high stick. It'll be battled for in a corner. Off the wall comes Windy City. Firing one through. It avoids everybody and will get out the center. Schub on the forecheck. Being disruptive as always. It'll come free to Windy City. Schub gets a stick in to disrupt the play. Julius knocks it down, but right to a Windy City player. He's able to get back pressure on it and disrupt the shot. Kicked out by Clutter. We are going to get a penalty on Julius, though. A hooking call on 16 in gold. And with 1:10 to play, the Penguins are going to be on a penalty kill with a 1-goal lead. A 1-goal lead. It'll be Ofterheide, Villela, Filiaggi, and Evans for the first part. Windy City will probably yank the goaltender unless they're worried about my hockey rankings. Timeout, Windy City. So the faceoff will be in the Penguin zone. They lead 5-4. Julius in the box for a hook. They may wait to control the draw to pull the goalie. Penguins cannot legally ice it. I mean, they can ice it. It'll just be an icing infraction. 1:10 on the clock. It will be 6-on-4. Goal pulled at the other end. Filiaggi in the face-off dot to the right of Clutter. They'll put a player in that high slot. 2 in front. Filiaggi ties up the draw. Does come free. Shot In on Clutter, first stop, second stop, and the Penguin goaltender coming up huge. Windy City will control to the point. Filiaggi, a D-to-D play. Can Filiaggi get to Evans? Pressures. Filiaggi knocks it out the center. Penguins can't quite get control. Up for Villela. He'll toss it to the Windy City line. They'll dump it back in. Icing, no icing. No icing the call. Ofterhide spins it back up the center. Passed in by Windy City. Ofterhide gets there again. Up to the point. Filiaggi, big block shot, able to get it out the center ice. Can Evans get a stick on it? He could not. He'll disrupt at center as Windy City gets control on a massively offside play, and Filiaggi is decked and sent to the ice. It looks like he kind of turned into it. I don't think it was a penalty, but he was definitely hit there at the end, sent to the ice. Penguins will change penalty killers. Wu and Real come out. Windy City changing a defenseman. Wu wins it, but into the Penguins' end. Villela there to disrupt and get it out the center. As we hit the 20-second mark. 2 Penguins on a forecheck. We got to pull one of those back. Need communication there as Windy City's offside again. Lee just hanging out in the... I don't know what he was doing there. He's in the Penguin zone as Windy City was coming through center for the second time. He's offside. Wu on the faceoff, controlled by Windy City. Sent all the way across. Real swipes it off of the stick. Fired in on Clutter. He'll kick it to the outside all the way to the wall with 1 second left. The Penguins are victorious. And in the immortal words of Ice Cube, today was a good day. Penguins 2, Windy City 0 on the day. We'll be back in action for the Midwinter. I don't have a schedule. Based on the working functions of the Midwinter Classic, the 10s and 11s are playing, but also the parents are working like every single game throughout the tournament. So we're going to bring you as much of the Midwinter as we possibly can. So please join us next weekend for a lot of great hockey action. Thanks for joining us from Mentor, Ohio. This was Cine TV cameraman Chris Merlot, producer Nick Paris, color commentary for the first half of the game by Yinzy, and play-by-play by Jeremy Evans. Thanks for joining